Here are 9 myths about Apex Legends that I constantly see being passed around, so let's get into it. Myth number 1, it's always your random teammate's fault when you die. I'm guessing like many others, you like to blame your random teammates when you die to a full 3 stack, when really it'll be much more beneficial to think about what you did wrong and how you can do better next time. Most of the time it's not entirely your random teammate's fault when you die. Now, they can sometimes get themselves killed at very bad times, but they're just doing what they think is best, so cut them some slack. Myth number 2, dropping your armor stops EMP damage. Remember that time when you got EMP'd and you were like, oh, I've seen pros do this, I'll drop my armor so it doesn't take damage. Then you got disappointed when you picked it back up and it did take damage. Yet, dropping armor doesn't stop it taking damage. This did used to be the case when Crypto first got released in Season 3, but they fixed it so that armors on the ground that have been interacted with in the last 20 seconds will still take damage from an EMP. So why do pros still drop their armors then? Well, that's because while your armor will take damage, the damage won't count to level up the Crypto's Evo shield. Myth number 3, punching the ground to take away full stun. Like many other myths, back in the day, if you punched right before you hit the ground, it would stop you taking that annoying stun time when you've fallen. But unfortunately, Respawn patched this, and it's amazing how many people I see still doing this. I think it actually slows you down now rather than helps, so just don't do it, it doesn't help. Myth number 4, console players can get into PC lobbies whenever they like. A lot of PC players think that console players have the option to just go into PC lobbies whenever they want and they can just abuse aim assist and kill all those mouse and keyboard players. This is just wrong. It's never been the case. It never will be the case. Controller players can only go into PC lobbies when they play with a PC player. So if one of my friends on console played with me on PC, they would go in a PC lobby, but they can't just do it by themselves without playing with me. And just to clarify, as a controller player on PC, I do agree that aim assist needs a nerf. Myth number 5. You walk slower with different guns. You may think this is stupid, but a lot of people think that when you hold different guns, you walk and run at different speeds. This is only true when ADSing, as you move different speeds with different classes of weapon when you're aiming down the scope, but when you're just walking and running normally, you go the same speed with every single weapon in the game. Myth number 6, Legends run at different speeds. This one is still believed by even long-time players. Legends don't run at different speeds, every Legend runs the same speed. People might think that Gibraltar runs slower than Wraith, but in fact they run at exactly the same speed. The reason people feel like they move slower is because they have different running animations. So Gibby, when you're running and moving your arms, you've got slower arm movements, which gives the effect that you're running slower, when in fact you're going the exact same speed, and it has been proven many times. Myth number 7, the devs hate Apex. This is a bit of a miscommunication, as people just assume that because the devs won't add a feature that they want, then the devs must hate Apex. There's no other way. And this just isn't true. The devs have worked so hard for years to develop Apex, and I think some players don't realise how much time and effort it takes to create a game. The devs have spent so much time on it and they love it so much, more than their firstborn children, and the devs want to make Apex the best that it can be, but this might be slightly different to what you think Apex should be like. This does not mean they hate Apex though. Myth number 8, ammo types slow differently. So it's well known that when you hit a player with a bullet, that player is slowed for a short period of time. People think that heavy and energy ammo slow people more, and this is 100% confirmed by a Respawn dev. It's not true. All ammo types slow players by 10% for 0.25 seconds, and this can only happen once every 3 seconds. Doesn't matter what ammo type you have, all ammo types do the same. Myth number 9, you can always climb the same height. I only found this one out recently, but it turns out you can climb higher with your weapon holstered than when your weapon's out. It's not much higher, but it's enough to get you up to some places that you can't get to with your weapon out. This could come in handy sometimes if you can't climb something, try it with your weapon holstered. I mean, I don't see why it will be useful, but it's just something that I found out that I thought was interesting. Myth number 10 is that most people won't subscribe to this video, so bust this one right now by hitting that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!